Hi, we're here with Larry Baker. He is the co-founder of Bolstr. Larry, please tell us about Bolstr.
Sure. So Bolstr is a web-based marketplace that allows accredited investors to invest in local businesses. So more traditional brick-and-mortar type opportunities like the craft beer brewery down the street or the coffee roaster or the CrossFit gym. We're really looking for exciting opportunities that we can put in front of accredited investors and give them the opportunity to invest in and support their local communities.
Great. And what drove you to create this company?
Yeah, it was really just the lack of access to capital for some of the more interesting, higher growth small businesses out there. We were looking at the marketplace, and it's very challenging to access funding if you are a more traditional looking business that's generating cash flow and looking to scale up. VCs and private equities firms aren't really looking at this sector, and it's really tough to try to get in front of angel investors because they're primarily focused on that tech, high-tech company looking for the 10x type return. So we saw a really cool opportunity to open up a new capital marketplace and give private investors the opportunity to see interesting opportunities that they're able to earn higher yields in their local geographic communities.
Great. And tell us how you're providing value for these small businesses.
Yeah, so on our platform, accredited investors can sign up and they'll be able to see investment opportunities around them. We created a custom agreement to facilitate the investment in some of these businesses called a revenue sharing agreement. So the business shares a percentage of their top line sales with investors until they achieve a certain multiple on their investment. So what that does is it provides liquidity to investors, so you're not waiting for the 5-year exit liquidity event like you would with an equity product with a high-tech company. Here you actually receive monthly revenue-based payouts on your investment until you achieve a certain predetermined multiple on that. So we're able to show high-yielding early-stage investment opportunities to private investors, which in turn allows these companies to be able to access funding to invest in the growth of their businesses.
And can you tell us how the process would work on the investor side?
Sure. So investors can go to bolstr.com and create an account where once they certify that they are in fact accredited, they'll have access to review investment opportunities on the Bolstr platform. So it's a fairly easy process from there. There's no cost to join. You'll be able to sift through different opportunities, and it's kind of a invest on an opportunity by opportunity basis. There's no commitment necessary. It's not a pooled investment fund. With our platform, we're providing access to private investment opportunities in these local geographic areas.
And Larry, can you tell us about some of the challenges that you've faced building a two-sided marketplace?
Yeah, I think the challenge is just making sure that supply is pacing with demand. Right now we're curating a marketplace of very high quality businesses. We've received a lot of investor interest to be a part of this marketplace because these are really interesting businesses such as the local new craft distillery or the CrossFit gym. So we're seeing a ton of investor interest to be a part of these opportunities. We're being highly selective on the business side right now and only approving businesses that do have at least a year of historical revenue. They're profitable or can expect to be within 6 months. And they're looking to invest in a revenue driving opportunity. So I think for us, it's just a matter of making sure that we're showing investors really cool, interesting opportunities to put capital to work into. And happy to say right now that we do have a very solid pipeline of businesses that will be launching on the platform over the coming weeks and months.
Wonderful. And Larry, can you tell us about how some of the recent changes to the general solicitation laws have affected Bolstr and how you're reacting to them?
Yeah, absolutely. So we started Bolstr as a private marketplace where individuals were able to conduct private offerings amongst their friends and family. What some of this new legislation does for us is it allows us to open up the platform and allows businesses to solicit capital in new ways that weren't possible before. So just yesterday, the SEC lifted the ban on general solicitation for verified accredited investors. So what we've done is gone ahead and launched a more sophisticated marketplace in response that allows accredited investors to sign up, and once they are pre-verified, they'll have access to opportunities that they never had access to before. If you just look at the statistics, in the past, only 234,000 accredited investors, or 3% of total accredited investors in the country had access to angel opportunities. And these were primarily the most well-networked individuals out there. So what this lifting of the ban of general solicitation does is it gives access to the other 97% of accredited investors out there, and kind of democratizes the opportunity to invest in the private sector and be able to participate in what was previously a closed door marketplace.
Great. And Larry, I have one last question for you. Tell us what your future plans are for Bolstr.
Yeah, so our future plans for Bolstr right now are to scale up and really help serve the Chicagoland area by providing access to funding for interesting businesses, and really just providing access to professional service, individuals in professional services, doctors, lawyers, anyone that does fit the definition of an accredited investor, to be able to access this new marketplace and give it a shot and invest in some interesting opportunities while also supporting their local economies and communities.
Great. And what are some of the ways that you plan on scaling your business?
Yeah, right now it's we're doing a lot of grassroots outreach. We'll be throwing some events here in the coming months. We're providing different educational information on the new capital marketplace that's evolving online on our site. So I definitely encourage investors to sign up for our newsletter and create accounts on our platform and start, just at least accessing this new class of investments that are opening up.
Great. Well, Larry, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down and talk with us.
Absolutely.
And if you're interested in learning more and connecting with Larry, go to fundology.com.